Hello everyone, this is Miner Bob, and welcome back to another look at Guild Wars 2. When we last left off, we were in the fields of Astoria, ready to start adventuring. But before we do, I want to show you something that is not revealed on the map, yet is an important area for new players to know about. If you turn around, you will notice that there is a shimmering portal. This indicates a path between areas of the map. In this case, the portal takes you to the Grove, which is the capital city of the Sylvari. Notice that in this area, all of the locations for waypoints, points of interest, and vistas are already revealed to us. There are 4 levels to the map, 1 above and 2 below. The 3rd level contains a post of the Black Lion Trading Company, which, like a vendor, allows you to buy and sell items. The primary difference is that this is a market between other players in the game, so you tend to get a much larger variety of goods for sale and often get much better prices when selling to players than to vendors. In addition, you will find a bank, which allows you to store items, and a guild bank, which we'll discuss later. Now let's take a look at our email. Every new character gets an email message containing a golem banker. This handy creature allows you to access your account bank from anywhere, but will only last for a limited time. In the beginning, you will probably use it quite a bit, at least until you increase your inventory space. If you take a close look, you can see, right at the top of the house, a floating parchment. This is a vista. Getting to that spot and interacting with that parchment will not only give you experience, but will show you a fantastic view. Let's go get that vista, as it will show you one of the common mechanics the game designers use to challenge you in the game. If you look closely at the columns, you will see small fungus pads forming a staircase. We will have to jump from pad to pad in order to get to the top. Let's go!
Come here!
Rather than jumping back down and risking injury, the simplest thing to do is to use the waypoint, especially as capital city waypoints cost no coins to use. Vendors in the capital tend to have a lot more goods available than those found in the countryside, so it is always useful to check their wares and see if there's anything you want. Sometimes they have some surprising items. One thing you might have noticed is that most of the currencies, like coins, are associated with the account, not the character. So no, you will not start with 32 gold. This is how much all of my characters have collected over time. Karma points, which we will see later, are also bound to the account, not the character. One of the items you will find for sale are salvage kits. These items allow you to tear down weapons, armor, and trinkets that you will receive as rewards while adventuring.
I look forward.
Much of the gear that you get will not be usable by you, so you need to consider what you will do with it. You can often sell it to vendors, sell it at the Black Lion Trading Company post, or tear it down into base components using the salvage kits. Why would you want to do that last action? Well, if you decide to start crafting items with your character, you will need these components to fashion your own items, so it is often a less expensive way to obtain them. We will go over crafting in a future episode. Another item that you will find useful are the leather bags. These allow you to carry more items by expanding the number of inventory slots that you have. When you open the inventory screen by pressing the I key, you can see on the left the empty slots where you can place bags. When you place a bag here, your inventory will be increased by the number of slots in the bag. Another set of items to look at are the tools. There are three: a sickle to harvest plants, a wood axe to chop trees, and a pickaxe to mine ores and gems. As you go up in level, you can progress from using tools made of copper, iron, steel, and so on. Each metal allows you to get progressively better quality items. You will run across these nodes that allow you to gather, chop, and mine throughout the map, and all of this is free and gains you experience, so you might pick up some of these tools as soon as possible. Every vendor has a sell tab, allowing you to sell items. Items with names in gray are typically junk quality and are best sold at the vendors. You should attempt to sell other items at the Black Lion Trading Company post if possible in order to get a better selling price. This vendor has something interesting to sell: food. Food provides benefit for a short duration, typically anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. This particular food item gives you increased healing and a plus 10% experience bonus from kills. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and grab all of the points of interest, waypoints, and vistas to collect some quick and easy experience. I'll see you just before I complete it. Along the way, I decided to pick up a better pistol, a spear gun, and a rifle from a weaponsmith. Notice when I change weapons, the combat skills in the skill bar at the bottom automatically change to reflect the attacks with that particular weapon. On the 1 key, I have the hip shot, which has slightly better damage and range than the pistol. And on the 2 key, I have the net shot, which does no damage but immobilizes the target for 2 seconds. Let's take a look at the Cultural Armorsmith. Although what they have for sale is for characters at much higher levels, it will give you a sense of where we are striving to get. You can see that the armor is much better quality, giving a higher defense and better stat boost for your character. Let's take a quick look at the account bank. By default, you get one set of 30 inventory slots. The reason I have 2 sets of 30 here is because I've upgraded my bank. You can store items here with any of the characters in your account. This makes it a simple way for you to share items between characters. As I have some smaller bags that I no longer use with my other characters, I'm going to use them with this character and make life a little easier. Next, I want to show you the material storage area of the account bank. As you deposit materials you find in the field, this is the part of the bank that it will go to.
It's my honor.
You can see that it divides the storage by material type, and it essentially allows you to keep your inventory free of clutter. When you start crafting, materials used will automatically be drawn out of this bank, so there's no need to make a special trip to withdraw the needed materials. The other type of bank is the guild bank. Items stored here can be deposited or withdrawn by anyone in your guild. As you can see, our guild has a number of food items and ingredients stored here, allowing anyone in the guild to get free food to eat. One of my other characters is the guild chef, and I've been leveling up by making food items out of the ingredients that other guild members leave here. Let me show you a little about crafting. First, you need to decide what type of crafting you would like to do and find the master of that crafting profession. Here, I have come to Edred, the master leatherworker, and they tell me that I can learn to craft medium armor, inventory packs, and runes, which are upgrades to armor. All of this is useful for an engineer, so I'll go ahead and be trained in this craft. To actually do leatherworking tasks, you move over to the leatherworking station, much like using the crafting table in Minecraft. Once trained as a novice leatherworker, you can see all of the starting crafting recipes that you know. Let's start with an 8-slot rawhide leather pack. The recipe for this is 10 stretched rawhide leather squares. The recipe for each of those are 2 rawhide leather sections, which are base crafting materials. Unfortunately, I don't have any of those materials, so I cannot make the bag. Okay, so I finally finished exploring the grove, except for this last part, visiting the last point of interest in the Omphalos chamber. Interesting elevator system. Note that this is where you can read an excerpt of the Ventari tablets, which gives you some insight into the Sylvari culture. It is well worth reading, even if you don't play a Sylvari character. And here is our final point of interest to discover, the soul of the Pale Tree. After we leave the instance, we will see that we have completely discovered the map for the grove, so we receive a map completion award.
What was your name? Did you bring back any mementos?
I have gold coins from Lion's Arch. The market there is incredible.
Now that we are done, we can simply teleport back to the waypoint closest to the portal where we came in, and exit back to Caledon Forest. And so ends our visit to the capital city. We gained a level and completed a map, plus got a few supplies. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If so, please go ahead and give it a like. A comment and a subscribe is always appreciated, of course. This is Miner Bob, signing off.